I'm Raza Jaffri, representing District 3270, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Today we have with us Helen and Lon Penna from District 7190. Lon is Assistant Governor for the district, and he is also past President, Rotary Club of Glennville, New York. And Helen is Assistant District Secretary for the same district, and she's also the Club Secretary for the club. Welcome to the interview.
Thank you.
Let's start from the most basic one. What attracted you to Rotary?
What attracted me to Rotary, I was the first to join, was essentially my boss just invited me. I had no idea what Rotary involved. One of the things that attracted me is at that very first meeting, I saw the four-way test mounted on the wall. And it just so happened that at that time I was being asked to do things that I didn't think were quite right. And when I saw that, I said, I want to be around people who believe in the four-way test. And for those of you who don't know, it's a test that we abide by within Rotary for everything we think, say, or do. And simply, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And is it beneficial to all concerned? So that attracted me instantly, and the thing that cemented my wanting to join was when I saw these men and women, professionals, people who were important in their business, very busy people, strapping on aprons to serve their community in a spaghetti or ziti dinner. And I thought, this is the kind of people that I'd like to be with.
Excellent. Right, but you have not really remained the average Rotarian. And when I'm saying average Rotarian, a lot of us watching this show know exactly what I'm talking about. Here we have somebody who is highly motivated. Why? What makes you tick?
This is when I have to break because I can't remember what I was going to answer. But let's see, what motivated us?
Just a minute. No, please.
It was just happen chance, actually. It was,
You talk to about.
okay.
Yes.
It was just happen chance. I was working I was assigned to work at a power plant in Pakistan, and I asked our driver if he could arrange for me to visit a village. And he had our driver knew another friend who was a driver who happened to know Iqbal Malik, nicknamed Bali, a member of Kudra village, and he arranged a visit. During that visit, at that time, a young man, maybe 16, 17 years old, showed me the fields and gave me a wonderful tour, put his arm around me and said, "Fen, fen, fen," which I didn't know what that meant. And, oh, friend! Friend was what he was trying to tell me. A year later, I returned with my wife, and this time we were welcomed like a royal couple. They put carpeting on the streets. They put carpeting on the streets. And we were welcomed. Well, it wasn't what attracted you to Packer. Oh.
So,
It's
now
okay.
you can explain.
Go ahead.
See, we are on the question of what motivated you to go beyond the average. Okay, so that's where we are. Okay. If you have any thoughts.
Okay. So, picking up where I left off. During our second visit, I returned with my wife. And during that visit, we were treated like royalty. The villagers declared a holiday. They closed the schools. There were marching bands. They put doves in our hand to release. They put carpeting on the roads. Just roses over our heads. We had rose petal confetti. We just were overwhelmed by this hospitality. And this was before they knew we were Rotarians and might possibly be able to help them. So now we had a connection where we wanted to do some good work. And it just so happened that at that point I had done a couple matching grants. So knowing the matching grant process and having a village that we wanted to serve is what began this, which I now call an odyssey. It began in 2001, here it is 8 years later, and so many good things have happened.
Right, so it seems that the fact that you have done so much for District 3270 is more of a happen chance rather than anything planned
Right.
for this part of the world.
Right.
Right, okay. Would you please highlight some of your projects and of course which one is your favorite?
Well, the first project we did, we teamed up with District 3270 and got school supplies for children, books, uniforms, shoes, notebooks, and the children, we came one of our visits, we got to see the children receive these things, and they were just so overjoyed by the gifts that we gave them that it really warmed our heart. The second one that we did, the second grant, was an ambulance. I had the idea that the villages should have a clinic, and come to find out the clinic would not be feasible because there's no one to man the clinic, so it would be unhealthy for them to have things available to them that could harm them. So we came up with the ambulance idea, and we were like, how do you do an ambulance? Well, because of this district, they were able to get an ambulance and did a wonderful job, and it's still in use today. It's a fabulous project. The next project we did was
We did a computer lab.
we did a computer lab. We set up a pilot computer lab in Kuja Village, and that's still going strong. And also we brought books to the villagers. So they didn't have a library, so we were able to find books for a small library for them. And then we came up with a buffalo idea. The water buffalo idea, I think, is Lon's favorite, so he probably should describe that.
Okay, and I'd also like to mention the sewing machine project that we did.
That's nice.
And there was another project.
Containers.
What is it?
Containers.
The containers. Yes. We shipped 5 containers, some of medical supplies. And that's a good tip for anyone. medicalbridges.org, and you can apply online for $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 of medical supplies, depending on what you order. And the cost is $12,000, including shipping to Karachi. And about the Water Buffalo project, what happened there was we realized that there was a program already going on in the villages that had been going on for centuries, and all we had to do was tap into it. We didn't need to explain to the villagers how this worked. What happened is, the way it works is we provided, in this case, 37 water buffalo to a Rotary Community Corps, or a Village Welfare Society. They, in turn, together, with 20 members, would decide which villager should get these water buffalo. They would give it to a widow, maybe a farmer that's unable to work, or anybody who's momentarily in need.